for 84. Welcome, you guys. And um, yeah, so we'll just get started here with check-ins and we'll pass it around like how you're feeling and whether you want to add anything to the agenda or had any announcements to make, and then followed by praise. Try to keep it to 45 seconds and type your praise in the Giveth Discord. You can find a link on the slide there. I also posted a link to the slide deck in the scheduling channel, so if you guys wanted to bring it up on your screen, you can. Um, so I don't know who wants to start us out.
Sure, I found my praise. So I would like to praise Lauren for organizing two working groups, doing all the nitty gritty comm stuff, reviewing things, building scripts, all this stuff. Can't give enough praise to her for multitasking so much. Praise Carlos for coming back into the fold of Giveth and jumping right back into development. Praise all of our all-star devs, so Amin, Mohammed, Cherik, Matteo, Amin, and Monique, of course, for amazing dev work and for PMing and just being on top of it all and cat herding all the things. Praise to Rodri for new email designs, and praise to Marco and Mosaid for the design components and homepage redesigns. And I'm feeling great. I'm super excited for the week. And I'll pass it on to Danny Bell. We can't hear you, Dan. Maybe I can pass it. Oh, yeah, you're good.
Still no? Meh. Sorry.
Everyone can hear you.
Pass to somebody else if you can't hear me. Oh, you can hear me. Oh,
yeah,
now I can't hear you. Okay. Now that I did that, I just lost where. So focus on. I want to praise Griff. I've been listening to podcasts and recordings of different things. Your presentations and presence across all of our projects and platforms are sharing knowledge in so many different ways and helping everyone learn and grow. And you're really awesome. Praise Bowen for speaking up on when to freeze our changes to the give drop distributions and helping us to take a look at the impact that our changes has on the people maintaining all of the different spreadsheets. I want to praise Mitch for another community spotlight article, and Hannah Jo for drafting the RGive blog post. And I want to praise Marco and Rodri and Mosaid because the development or the design progress from our sites to these slide decks and our swag, everything, like launching with a new look is looking so good. Our consistency is amazing. And then I want to praise Rochelle also for getting the PTO and staying on top of us for the Sobel updates and all of that good stuff. Thank you very much. And I will pass it to Monique.
Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday. I just want to praise Mohammed Ranjbar and Matteo, Carlos, Ramin for their great work team on Giveth.io. You know, they were everywhere and tried to help the others, and lots of improvements on Giveth.io. Praise Amin Cherik for their dedicated work on Give Economy stuff, and especially Cherik for the designing system stuff. Praise Marco, Mosaidi, and Rodri for their work on designs. They had a very a tough time on it. I know. Praise Lauren especially for jumping into PMing and being everywhere, trying to help. Everything makes clear things and just push everyone toward our goal. praise Ashley for verification stuff, and the spreadsheets, and praise also Mitch for help the dev team a lot, for testing, even going into front end side. And praise Griff for his support, always hearing me and try to get me feel better. And that's it. I'll put another praises in the channel. I will pass it on to Ashley. If we have it. Have her.
Yeah, I haven't gone yet. I'm here. I'm feeling pretty good today. It's good to see you guys. I'm excited to see how this goes. And I'll start with a praise. So I want to praise Rodri for supporting me and getting all the design assets to make these slides, and also for some other stuff that we're working on that to show you guys later. I want to praise Mitch for his awesome community spotlight article. I want to praise Griff and Lauren for getting all the Give economy proposals up in the forum and pushing those forward. I want to praise Rochelle for finalizing the PTO process. I want to praise Monique and Mohammed for working to get the Make Your Project Traceable wizard live, as well as implementing a way for the current campaigns to become archived. I want to praise Lauren for facilitating calls and leading so many different working groups and efforts. I want to praise Mateo for always being so responsive and helping me with all the dev parts of project verification. He's been my go-to. I want to praise Lauren for applying more structure and organization to the planning in the Give economy GitHub boards. I want to praise Amin, Mohammed, Ramin, Cherik, Mateo, Monique, and Carlos for holding down all the development work and following through with issues. I want to praise Marco and Mo for the homepage redesign, and I want to praise Hannah for putting in so much work and staring at all the spreadsheet cells to make sure that they're all working properly and functioning awesomely. And that's pretty much what I got for today. So I'll pass it to Willie.
Thanks, Ash. GM, everybody. I am feeling a little bit under the weather today and a little bit out of it, but +1 to all the praise so far. And I will do my blanket praise for everybody for joining the community call on a Sunday and for everything each and every one of you guys do. And I will pass it to Mohammed.
Hey everyone, I want to praise Monique, Cherik, Amin, Carlos, Mato, Mitch, and Ramin for attending daily dev calls. Praise Carlos for his great comeback and amazing work on Impact Graph. Praise Amin for code review as always. Praise Monique for trying to sync all team members. Praise Ashley for being host of community call. Praise Willie for help on Transact, and praise Willie again for his background, his fun background. And I would pass it to Griff.
Thank you so much. I want to praise Rochelle for diving into all the roadmap stuff and getting all that work done, as well as making sure everyone gets paid all the time. Thank you, Rochelle. I also want to praise Bowen for his part in that, making sure always clicking the button so that the traces go out. Major praise there. I want to praise Lauren for amazing Twitter work and the work that she's been doing with rainbow rolls and setting up all of the extra process that we have going on. We have 6,000 Twitter followers. Praise Lauren so much for that work. I want to praise Mitch also for all the background work he and Amin are doing. Praise Amin as well for getting the RDAO stuff all sorted and being such a great governance steward. Thank you so much for that, Mitch. I want to praise Monique for all the great leadership and advice on these complex topics about how focusing on teamwork and how important it is, and how sometimes when we praise the heroes, the people who kind of jump out and actually, it's a difficult situation because it's hard not to praise teamwork, or it's easy not to praise the teamwork magic that is lost when it's easier to praise the solo heroism. So thank you for that words of wisdom. And I want to praise Edu and Sem for Eduardo from DAppNode for all the amazing work that he's and advice he's giving Amin for the smart contracts. I want to praise Sem as well for the amazing advice he's given us for working with Gardens. Really grateful for that. And of course, Amin and Cherik for the great work that they're doing on the Giveth, the Give economy front ends and back ends. And I'll pass it to Lauren. Did you go?
Hi everyone. Excited to be here. I want to praise Ashley for getting Giveth on TechUp this weekend and supervising it and making it look beautiful and just doing a lot of work on that. And I also want to praise her for crunching out a lot of verified projects on a Friday night and just like being such a hero and also working on onboarding a new team. I want to praise Edu for providing valuable feedback on our smart contracts, and I want to praise Griff for creating like the map of how our smart contracts look in Miro, and I want to praise Amin for just being like the hero dev behind all the smart contracts and trying to make all this stuff work for the Give economy. I want to praise Amin and Mitch for working on using the Rinkaby RGive to distribute Give for givebacks and change addresses. I also want to praise Mitch for writing the community project spotlight post. I want to praise Mohammed for getting all the info on the highest donor for the Rainbow Roll giveaway contest. And I want to praise Mateo for working overtime on issues on Giveth.io to just get everything set up and passed off so that he can take vacation. And I also want to praise him for taking vacation. I want to praise Cherik for powering through front-end development on the Give economy pages, and Ramin for being a super high efficiency dev and joining on Games Day, even though it's super late at night. It's so much fun to have him there. I want to praise Marco for the one-on-one design sync, for helping fix up weird font issues and for being super responsive and adding in outstanding components for the Give economy. And I want to praise Gray Machine for getting started on the Give Drop video. I want to praise Monique for facilitating daily dev stand-ups and looking for ways to improve team cohesiveness. I want to praise Donna for diving into comms and taking on the Give economy FAQ. And I want to praise Hannah for working on updating and fixing the Give Drop list and being a spreadsheet wizard. And I'll pass it to Amin.
Thank you. All of you were very prepared. Praising. Yeah, I want to praise you for reviewing smart contracts. Also, Edu and Sam for they gave their free time for it to us. Help us and making the smart contracts without any bug technically. I want to praise Mateo for improving the performance of Giveth.io and other activities that he has done for implementing Transact. Also, Carlos, he's improving the backend and helping Mateo for implementing the Transact. I want to praise Mohammed for researching and designing something for verifying the transaction that claimed on Giveth.io by user. Praise Ramin for continuously fixing bugs on the backend, on the front end of every project. He doesn't limit himself. And I want to praise Chorik for doing research and implementing a very advanced design system to preparing a library that will be used in every UI project and will facilitate and improve the performance of implementing our UI. And I want to praise Moni because he's most of them available and considered all the aspects in order to remove blocker for all the users and make the team work efficiently with each other. I want to praise Lauren because she followed up the Give economy stuff almost all the time, and yeah, she she makes all the Wi-Fi for at least for me. Thank you. I pass it to Rami. Have you gone?
No, I can get it. Thank you. And hi everyone. I want to praise Matteo and Carlos for their amazing work on Transact, and also praise Muhammad, Amin, and Monique for being great dev team. Also praise Cherik for his great work on design system and publishing it on npm, and also praise Freshel, Mitch, Lauren, and Ashley for joining online game and we had a happy weekend. I pass it to Freshel.
Hi everyone. So I'd like to praise Marco for taking the time to discuss with me about the project roadmaps, Mitch for hosting and prepping the fun games last Thursday, and for Ramin, Ashley, Lauren, and Mitch for their creative minds during the games last Thursday. And praise Mateo for his great feedback on the Giveth leave policy. Praise Danny, Hannah, Mateo, Ashley, and Lauren for being responsive to my queries on their paid time off. Praise Hannah for her efforts in Give Drop and making sure I have the right address, and Ashley for being an awesome buddy, and praise Griff for being so responsive to my queries and payment reminders. And I'd pass it to Hannah.
GM, everybody. I want to praise our awesome devs for their work. We couldn't do any of this without them. Praise Ashley for creating our new community call format, which I think is a really great change. Praise Danny for being a great buddy and answering my payment questions. And then also for her work on the RGIF blog post. Praise Bowen for meeting up with me to hack on the Give Drop spreadsheet and kind of look at a few things. Praise Lauren for her Give Economy magic, Twitter encouragement, and just being everywhere. Praise Mitch for his community spotlight post. Praise for Shell for updating our PTO policy and communicating those changes. And praise Mateo for taking a vacation soon, which everyone has to do because it's, so important for us to all stay nice and refreshed. And I will pass it to Mateo.
Hey everyone, happy Sunday. Hope you're having an amazing weekend. Sorry if you feel my voice a little bit broken. I feel it weird. I don't know. I want to start my praise by telling all of the dev teamwork. The synergy that we are having is amazing, and I want to praise especially Monique for that because he's leading us to that. So we are more than a dev team. We are like more of a family inside that little work that we do. I want to praise Grief for always being there and his unconditional support. I want to praise Lauren for everything that she does. She does it amazing. She even got us to 6K on Twitter. That was superb. I want to praise Hannah for her amazing work on the spreadsheets and all she does. Yeah, I think I will do more praise on the text, but that's it. Love you all. Who's missing? Mitch, have you gone?
I went first, but maybe we can pass it to Monique. Have you gone?
I think Monique's gone. I think everybody's gone except for there's 2 new people in the call this week. So we have Jean here. He's going to take part in our community spotlight. I don't know if you wanted to introduce yourself a little bit or.
I will do it during the spotlight. It's fine.
Okay. And then I see Crusher. Crusher, did you want to introduce yourself or play praise game with us?
I could. Hey, everybody. It's my first time at one of these meetings. Willie brought me here. Stoked to be here. So, thank y'all.
Crusher's our community moderator at Shapeshift and pretty awesome. Came in like day of the airdrop and just started moderating, took initiative, and then made a proposal to say, hey, we need some community moderation. I can do it. This other guy can do it. Proposal passed, and now he's part of the marketing work stream. He's just been an awesome community member. So glad you can make it, Crusher.
Nice. Well, we're glad to have you here.
Thank you guys. Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. I didn't hear anything in anybody's check-ins about agenda items or announcements they had to make, but we do have a couple announcements that we've heard a couple of weeks now in a row. But if you haven't added your roles to Sobel, please do that. You can find links to the forum post as well as the video that Fischel made to show you how to do so. And every Thursday we have games in the Discord server, so come join us. It was a lot of fun last week. And I found out that Griff and Amin both have to leave at the 30-minute mark, so I kind of rearranged the slides a little bit, but we can get started with the working groups. So our working groups now can present their work and updates for the week. I kind of put in each circle because the idea is kind of making this a little more inviting for people that are outside our community to join our calls. And so here it kind of gives an overview of the governance circle that we have, the working groups within it, and the mission here. The mission is to progressively decentralize the Giveth decision-making process by building a community and a token-based economy around our platform that recognizes contributions, values participation, and rewards altruism. And with that, I will pass it off to the governance working group. So take it away, Griff.
Sure. Actually, I saw Danny put in this, and maybe it's Heather's purview, but the PAN payments. Do you guys want to start there? And can you go to the next slide? contributor reward process. There's a circle review. Danny, did you have something on this? Oh no, still can't hear you, Danny. Well, maybe when you come back around to that. The other thing is vacation time. So the big thing here is that this is the best moment to take vacation. And I know Frichelle's been working on standardizing the paid time off, and I don't know, Frichelle, if you want to give any updates on how we structure our vacation times.
Yeah, so just a quick update. So I think it can be found on the spreadsheet that I shared with you all in the Giveth forums. Yeah, so we have 20 days paid time off, and I already talked with everyone and updating their paid time off since January, and thank you for that. And yeah, I'm encouraging everyone to please take a break. You're all working too hard. So yeah, now's the best time to take a break, and yeah, that's it for me.
Thank you, Frichelle. Wise words. Mateo's leading the way. He'll be on vacation next week, and really, but seriously, if you guys want to, if you feel at all like you're burning out, this is the best time. When we launch the token, it's going to be complete chaos, and you won't feel comfortable leaving. So really consider taking a little vacation. If we delay the launch so that we can all be well rested, that's fine. What's not okay is burning out right after we have like massive influx into the Discord and we need you. So really consider taking a vacation now. At least it's best for Giveth if you do. The other big thing that was super cool, Danny, Mitch, and I and Heather, sorry, Hannah, all got sorry about that, Hannah. All got into. We outlined all the governance tasks, and if you want to see what the governance working group is all about, you can see all the tasks that we're working on. And the other big news is that SEM actually created a second redundant deployment. And in the last month, the XDI DAO that we've been using has been down a lot and has been really difficult for our governance. So now actually SEM has deployed a second completely independent version. So if one of them goes down, the other one will be up. As long as it'll be there's no reason why both of them would be down at the same time unless XDI is down. So I think that will be okay. And with that, I'll pass it to Mitch to talk about the DAO working group.
Yeah, sure. No problem. Let's scroll down to the slide there. So here we've got the Give token distro and voting process documentation. And the blog post drafted by Hannah, you can check that out. The governance circle and working group documentation. Did Hannah or Danny add this stuff in here? I think a lot of this stuff right now is blocked by launching the Give economy, but that's pretty much ready to go. The Give distribution is due. Shifting the Fibonacci sequence, we'll have to redeploy a DAO for that, I think, to redo the distributions. No pending votes on the DAO. But we're looking to a couple exciting posts by Lauren to increase the total Give supply to 1 billion Give. And Griff, or I think it was Lauren, actually put up the final Give distribution spec. So go ahead on the forum and check those out. And lastly, terms and conditions by Danny, which I think is ready for review, perhaps. Coming soon. When to create a vote for the DAO? Excellent question. I don't have any more updates for that. Couple things, maybe next week we'll see on the DAO for voting. And I'll pass it back to Ashley.
Thanks, Mitch. So next we'll go to the platform circle, which consists of development and design, as well as Give economy. I didn't put that in here yet. And the mission is to empower our contributors with the knowledge and resources to build and maintain platforms that bridge communities, meet user needs, and advance blockchain technology. So we'll start development working group. Amin, did you want to present updates?
Yes, thank you. Let's make it bigger. Yeah. This in this sprint, we implemented the design system. Design system were prepared by Musaidi and probably mostly him. The design, the UI components are designed by him, and they are implemented as in the context of storybook and separate package in order to be reused in every project. Most of thing is done by Chori. Support to transact frontend and backend is Mato and Carlos. It's mostly done by these two. Thank you. We also added the support for also Mato improved the admin pro for addressing new requirements. The Mato also improved the performance of the GSIO. That was huge. Rami has improved as fixed lots of bugs in GSIO. And also he tried to add the better support of onboard.js in the project. Churik get implementing the give fun new design based on the design prepared by UI team, and he will use the new design system in this implementation. Mohammed had mostly done the transaction verification. After this, every request from user that I have donated to that project will be verified by the data from the network, so no one can deceive us. Also, he supported he prepared some query for finding the winner of the rainbow rolls. On the smart contract side, we deployed, we could create the Uniswap version 3 staking system and setup of and could have a testing environment for staking and harvesting the reward. Also, after that, we designed a custom token to set as the reward of the Uniswap staking. It will be necessary because we do a streaming in our paying reward. And also the last thing I can add is to having a separate unipool, something like farming for to use in the OneHive Garden. So everyone who participate in voting in Garden will receive reward as the 100% give farming will pay to its to the staker. And then also we could successfully work with our smart contracts using the Argive DAO. Mitch did that, and I configured the smart contracts in order to support his activities. That's it.
Thanks, Amin. It looks like you guys have been up to a lot. I know you guys gotta go soon, but I'm glad that we were able to get your updates before you had to go. The next one we have up is the Give Economy Working Group, so I'll pass it to Lauren and she can give us some updates.
I think I would leave. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Okay. All right, I'll take it. Cool. Well, some of these things were already touched on in the DAO working group and the development working group, so I'll be quick. In general, for the big picture overview of the Give economy, Edu has been supporting Amin and Griff reviewing the smart contracts, and so hopefully this week we're going to have be able to deploy a test give farm and maybe the garden on XDie and on Kovan. So it'd be great to have like some testing support once that gets up there. So I'm trying to coordinate and help that happen. It means working on it. And like you just mentioned, that Nitin, I mean, we're working on like testing this distribution of rGive on Rinkeby. The front end implementation of the overview and the Give garden is done, and Cherik is starting to work on the Give farm front end as well. So maybe when we launch this test deploy, we could also have it with the pretty front end. It will be very exciting. The forum posts are already mentioned. So I think probably we're going to go with this 1 billion Give initial supply. There doesn't seem to be any debates on that in the forum. So I might put a vote up there or just close the forum proposal. So if you really disagree with this, jump in there now. But it sounds pretty exciting. There's also a forum post I wanted to just mention quickly in this call. That's kind of a fun one. That's the name the token forum post, or like choose the contract address. So it's like Griff made a forum post. Basically, we can use hex to make a word in the address. So DAppNode used DAO, like they used like DA0, and so it says DAO in their token contract address. So this is sort of like a fun brainstorming one. There's some limitations in the letters and the words that you can actually make. So if you feel like being creative and naming or helping name the token or put a word in the token address, that's on there. The final distribution seems like also generally we're getting lots of thumbs up. And so if you haven't commented on that and you want to review the final distribution, the forum post is on there, and there's a link from the notes here. And that's all I got. So I'll pass it to, looks like design is the next working group. I'll just pass it back to Ashley.
Yeah, I don't think Marco's here, anyone from the design working group, but I see that he put some updates here in the slide, so I'll just kind of go over them. It says he's undergoing complete redesign of the Giveth.io. I saw like some homepage designs and stuff that were getting finalized, and it looks really cool. They're finishing the design and UX of the Give economy, building a components library so that it makes it easier to design things in the future. They redesigned and started implementing new email templates for Mitch, and that's been implemented, I believe. Supporting comms with the promotional graphics, banners, and designs for social media marketing. And it looks like Marco isn't satisfied with my slides, so they want to redesign the slides for this call as well. And so I guess moving on, we go to Community Circle, which consists of a communications working group and community support working group. And the mission is to be the living and breathing core of Giveth, an ecosystem of collective support, abundance, and communication where we cultivate relationships and assist innovative projects. And the first working group we have is communication. So back to you, Lauren.
Oh, hey. Great. Welcome to your communications group working group updates. So Mitch wrote an awesome community project spotlight. So we're going to probably have that posted on Medium this week and then shared. So this is basically a great place to see some of our favorite projects on the DAF and what they're doing. So it's a great article to share, or at least like click on and clap at Medium or retweet. So that's coming up. I had a meeting with Harry Gray Machine and basically like passed him off the first things to start the Give Drop video. So he has like music, and he's going to put something together like early this week, just as like a general overview. So I'm really excited about that coming up. I also added in here that we have this Twitter channel in Discord called Twitter, and I'm going to start putting tweets every day, the tweets that I make for Giveth. I'm going to add them into that channel, and it would be really helpful to like increase our exposure and get more just get more opportunities for our tweets to be seen. If you like the tweets, you could like the tweets, or you could retweet them. If you could go in and retweet like a couple of times a week, and like whichever ones that you like, that would be super, super helpful. Our Twitter is actually growing pretty quickly. We got a lot of extra attention from the Rainbow Rolls thing, so that was really great. There's also this Rainbow Rolls giveaway contest that's happening right now. You guys can actually also enter in the contest. And basically, it's just the highest donor on Giveth until this Wednesday, starting last Wednesday, until this Wednesday at 9 a.m. to verified projects, gets a Rainbow Roll. So right now, you can get a Rainbow Roll by donating like 100 or 200 XDI on Giveth. So jump on there, donate to a verified project, and maybe you could get some fun toilet paper art. Yeah, that's all I got for comms. We're also working on documentation and emails and the regular stuff, but these are really your showy pieces of comms. I'll pass it back to Ashley.
Thanks, Lauren. Everybody get your rainbow goal. So next we have the community support working group, which is actually one of the newer developing working groups. We've been putting out the call for contributors, and we'll have an onboarding session this week. I will send out a doodle poll right after this call. So if I know Mia, Hannah, Danny are all interested in joining, and Donna, and if any of you else are interested in joining and learning more about project verification flow, as well as like just Discord stuff, and we're gonna start doing like the listing and unlisting of projects and doing admin stuff that way, and just providing support to the community in all kinds of ways. We created documentation. You can see the link here. We added a new code of conduct to the forum and the Discord server. So anytime somebody comes in, they'll have to agree to the code of conduct, which will hopefully help us to do some moderation in the future once we have a big influx. And we've been exploring the AirMeet platform in collaboration with TechUp, which is going to be during the community spotlight. Jean is here to talk about that. And so I guess we can just move right into that. Yeah, so I don't know. Welcome, Jean. And do you want to tell us a little bit about the IO Foundation and the TechUp events that you guys have been hosting?
Sure. Hold on. I just touch something that wasn't what I wanted to touch here. Okay, yeah, you guys can hear me, right? So some of you already met me a few weeks ago on this impromptu jump into one of the community calls that I had. My name is Jean-François. I go by John, and I manage an organization called the IO Foundation. We are a tech NGO advocating for data-centric digital rights. We run this event on a monthly basis called TechUp. Very quickly way explain, we regard programmers as the next generation of rights defenders, and we don't believe that they have had access to an educational pipeline that really enables that, specifically from a technical perspective, which is usually what's missing when we try to talk to them. And so we started running this monthly event that is being extremely exhausting in terms of management, handling, organization, and so forth, for a number of reasons. But the way to explain it is that we're trying to build an ecosystem where programmers can come and learn how can they make a difference, essentially, by participating in not only capacity building sessions, but also pairing with force projects and looking into getting involved into a little bit more of civic tech. Let me put it this way: if civic tech was so sexy, there will be more computer science graduates joining, and it isn't. There's a lot of problem in terms of explaining what is the impact, and they lack the vocabulary to be able to express that. Anyone can get behind trying to do things for, let's say, climate change, or you want to have a vocation to become a doctor. The reason why you can do those things is because you can explain with words what is it that you're trying to achieve. When it comes to programmers, technologies in general, there isn't that way to express it, not in clear ways. So that's part of the job that we do. And so we were discussing with Ashley, and I think with Lauren as well, was it? Offering you participation in TechUp this month. You guys started already with having a booth over there. We use a platform called AirMeet that sort of provides kind of a good integration between. It simulates pretty well what a face-to-face conference would be, with an area with a stage for activities, for sessions, but also virtual tables in a lounge, and then booths that people can visit, and you can interact with the participants. You can also have on-the-fly private meetings with any of the participants, which is something that is usually missed when you are attending some type of online conference. As in, people are on Zoom, but then once the Zoom is out, unless you have exchange email addresses, or unless you have exchange a way to jump into a call right after that, it's very difficult to keep that connection, or to do a follow-up on one of the speakers, for instance. Aside from that, I would like to know what has been your experience. Ashley, I think it was Ashley and who else was involved with the booth this month? Ashley? I'm not sure she can hear me.
I can hear you. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the link so that I can show kind of what the booth looks like and kind of the platform, but for some reason I got disconnected, so I'm just gonna find that here. It seems like the event this month wasn't super active. There wasn't a lot of people there, but I think that the potential for future events that we can have on this platform is really awesome for some of the things that we're trying to do here in Giveth. So let me see if I can find. Can you send me the link to the event again?
I can share my screen if you want. I can show the event area.
Okay.
You prefer?
Sure.
All right, let me do it. Let me know when you can see the screen because I'm getting here. It's saving resources, so it's not showing me on my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay. All right, so this is the platform. It's called AirMeet. This is the view that you see from the perspective of someone who's participating, an audience. You get four different areas here. So this is reception. This is where people land when they arrive, and they can see some information about the organizations and the different communities that are participating at the moment. You can go to the schedule and see what are the activities that are scheduled for that particular weekend, and you have a number of tags here to do the filtering. You can go to the lounge, and here is where the networking sessions happen. You have the typical speed networking type of activities, and you can have a number of virtual tables. We normally organize them by having an event support table, but also some of the different working groups that are hosted by TechUp. And then to facilitate, finding the speakers, we save one of the tables just for them. And so anyone they can, after their session, normally they sit there for about 15-20 minutes, see if anyone wants to come and talk to them. And then we have the booths area, where we provide booths for open source projects, for tech communities, and for organizations that provide some type of pro bono service for projects and also for NGOs. So for instance, there is, where are they? Thomson Reuters, where are they? Here, Trustlaw. These guys, through the Thomson Reuters Foundation, they provide pro bono counseling for legal matters to NGOs, but also sometimes they make exceptions and they support open source projects and so forth. These cases, they take them they analyze it on a case basis before giving the green light. So in the case of Giveth, you guys have here the booth that you created this month. There's the possibility of, I can't show the editing because I'm not as an admin here. You can have this.
On my screen now, so I could show it too because I have the editing.
You get it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you can see the booth that we made here. I could go in and edit, and we can actually really customize this that was already created, and so it's a little bit limited, but we can create really cool custom stuff. I just didn't really have the bandwidth to go in and make something elaborate at the time, but Rodri hooked me up with some cool designs to put in for the template, and yeah, so when they come they'll see this, and this shows the video, like the punchy video that Calvin made for us, and we can update this once we get the new one about the gig economy. It shows like information here about what we are, what we do, so we can get like passive exposure this way, and people can find like links to the doc, links to the Give Economy video of Griff at the Taoist, or about the team page, and then the join page to join our community. And I think that the real potential in this platform for us is like we've been talking about hosting these like meet the makers calls, or having like a Give Economy launch event where we can have like speakers, we can like start live broadcasting. Once we start live broadcasting, it will instantly be posted to the event schedule, and anybody can see that we're having a broadcast at that moment. So we could use like for Meet the Makers, for instance, if we had like a monthly thing where we had a theme. So all the projects working to end homelessness, we would like feature all those projects. And each of those projects could then have a table down here to which like potential donors or people who wanted to get involved could come and talk to those projects individually. So it offers like a lot more functionality than something like Discord or something like that, as well as teaming up with TechUp we'd have more people coming in that maybe had never heard about Giveth, as well as allowing our interested people that do know about us a way to get in. And there's no fee for any of the events, so anybody can be a participant for free. And it just seems like a really good potential for collaboration.
So you can do it in the way that you were mentioning, Ashley, to have the tables. So you're gonna have the limitation that there's only 6 virtual tables per booth. They don't allow. There's no setting to increase that. The maximum of participants per table is 15. So you can see up to 8 chairs on the UI, but up to 15 people can sit in there. So what you could do is every time. So if you want to do some sort of meet the makers, you can have up to 6 projects in that case doing that particular activity. But then we can actually give them a booth for each of one of them moving forward. So they can actually have their own space aside from, so if they want to provide more background to the project itself, we could provide one booth for each of one of the featured, so instead of giving, let's say, a booth for every single project that registers on Giveth, you could give it as an incentive for those who, whether they come and participate into the Meet the Makers type of events, as part of the perks for them to be more engaged into the community. Let's say someone who edits or sends updates regularly into the project. So if they get a certain degree of engagement, and I wouldn't know how to measure that at the moment because I'm not that familiar with how you guys can measure that, then automatically they can get a booth in TechUp. At the moment we are running it on the 3rd weekend of every month, essentially because our target population is the whole world. We used to run this only face-to-face in Malaysia until the pandemic didn't allow to that, and we started experimenting with this last January, and so we target during the weekend 4 different time zone areas. It runs for 48 hours. It's not exactly ideal in the sense that I'm the first one who wouldn't want to be in front of my bloody computer during the weekend. When you guys were discussing about having holidays, I don't even remember the meaning of that word. So our intention is to actually run it 24/7 and have it as an open space. That's where we want to go. The only reason where that is not being done at the moment is because Airmeet has a sort of UX limitation in the way they present days where activities are happening. If you have a too long span of time, you start having way too many days it doesn't push back the days that have already passed, if you will. So if you run an event from the 1st of January to the 31st of December, you can definitely do that. The interface allows that. But if you are on the 15th of May and you land on the page and you look at what's going on, you will still see 1st of January as the first day. And that's not very conducive from a UX perspective. So we are just bothered by that. It's not that great. We know that booths are gonna. There's a feature coming up for booths which is their own schedule, which that's going to be great. so that whoever, let's say for instance, you guys want to do something with on your own, you wouldn't even need us to even contact us. I mean, for as long as you do activities that we have agreed that are okay to be run, that's I don't think I even need to discuss about that. Goes without saying. You will be able to have your own autonomy as to, well, this weekend we want to do something, or this Friday we want to do something, or whichever day. Because from that point on, you're going to be able to advertise it yourself. That's the point. Right now, there's only one schedule, which is the whole event schedule. It doesn't allow to indicate this particular event is happening in this booth. So the issue that you have usually is time zone conversion. You may claim, hey, we have our event happening or whatever it is on Wednesday, 3 o'clock UTC. Then anyone in the world is going to have to recalculate what is the equivalent for them. Whereas the platform, when you do it through the schedule system, calculates it automatically at destination. Anyone who's connecting from Dubai or from the US or from Ukraine can see specifically that particular time for them. And that really helps a lot. So those two details are the ones that are really stopping us from not providing full fit, if you want to call it. I don't know how to say it. I mean, full autonomy for everyone to manage their own stuff.
Right.
That's where we want to go.
Yeah, and so the idea is it will be like a 24-hour convention essentially as soon as we can kind of cross those limitations. Well, that's really exciting, and I'm really excited about this. I don't know, I think it offers a lot of potential for us to collaborate. We got like 5 minutes left on the call, so I just wanted to open it up for questions or if anybody had comments or wanted to talk. I don't know. What do you guys think? What do you feel about us participating in these events and maybe hosting some of our own events through this booth?
I was trying to talk, but I couldn't find the tab to unmute myself. How seamless will it be for project owners to jump in and grab a table? Will there be like a lot of setup on our end, or will it be like fairly easy?
They just need to log in using, they just need to make a profile on the AirMeet platform, and it's free to join. And so they can even just do it by signing in with their Google account and then just joining the table.
That sounds great. What would realistically block us from starting to do this like relatively soon?
Nothing. I mean, we could start next month. They just had their monthly event for this month, but next month we could start doing this if we choose to do so.
Yeah, and configuring a table, since you are there, can you scroll down actually? And so if you hover on top of the table, you will see that there's a pen there. Just click on it, and configuring the table is just a matter of changing the title of it and then adding an image. So you can basically have an icon or a picture or the logo of the project, whatever you prefer. And then the number of seats, normally I recommend to go on fixed. So there's two options there between fixed and expanding. Essentially because if you save now, you'll see how the 8 chairs, it's kind of visually more appealing. But then maybe you just want to have one-on-one type of tables, which you can also do. And so if you go back to editing the table, you can minimize the number of seats to 2 and make it fixed again, and you save it, and that's it. There's flexibility there, and it really takes 2 minutes, whatever configuration you want to have. And so for projects that may get their own booth, Ashley can give you her own experience as how that went for her, because she had to play with it for the first time this month. Essentially, the only thing that we need in our end is a list of emails up to 6, because those would be the 6 managers for the booth. they receive a magic, so-called magic link, to be able to access the booth directly and to have the same type of view that we can see now with Ashley, being able to edit the booth. And can you click on edit? And so you basically have access to all the stuff there on that right panel between the logo, the card, whether you want to have an overlay with a video, the short description, and each of one of the fields already gives you the maximum characters, or if there's any limitation for that. So the short description is 80 characters, and full description all the way to 2,000. And if you scroll a little bit down, they can customize the register interest button. In this case, it's disabled, but if you enable it, basically allows you to have, can you scroll for a moment up just to show them how it looks like on the all the way up? Yeah, so the Let's Connect I'm interested, that basically if no one is in the booth, someone can just click on there and they will leave their email address, and the maximum six booth managers get a notification that this particular person wants to know something more about the information. So the advantage is you don't need to be manning the booths 24/7. Which, I mean, I would never recommend, because who the hell wants to be in front of a computer for so long? We never expect anyone to be manning the booths aside from their own volition, whether they want to run activities or they want to be there for a while. That's totally fine. What we are pushing is for the developers to make a change in the mobile app for AirMeet, so that the mobile becomes the standby for the booth. The idea being that if someone enters in the booth and say, "Hey, I would like to talk to you," you would get a notification on the mobile phone. And we are also asking them to make rosters. That if there's 5 people who are supposed to be managing the booth, that you can select who's supposed to be the person being notified at a specific time of the day, so that not the 6 or 5 or 4 get the notification at the same time. You can also see the number of visitors, the number of leads that you may have, and can you edit for a moment again?
Yeah, and I just want to mention we are at the top of the hour, so do want to respect people's time. But if anybody wants to stay and ask questions or talk more about it, I'm willing to stay.
I don't want to keep people beyond the hour, if that's the schedule.
This looks super cool. Thanks for the demo, Gene. I could see this being really valuable, especially once we launch the Give economy. We have like a ton of community members hopping in and wanting to learn more about Giveth and get involved. It seems like a really great tool for to make us ourselves easily accessible to them.
Yeah, I don't know if you've seen Gitcoin's been doing events using this platform as well too, and I've taken part in some of their events, and it seems like it's pretty cool.
This is what they use to do their like slides. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I have used this before. Sweet. Yeah, it works really well. One question: is it possible to like get the screen recording basically, so that if we do an event in here, we can easily like combine the audio and the visuals and then put it on YouTube?
Sessions done through the stage, so regular sessions that are on the general schedule, those can be live streamed, no problem, and they get automatically recorded, unless you can disable it, but the default setting is that they are recorded. You can stream to Facebook, YouTube, and so forth, and in this case, there's going to be a matter of trust in here that has to happen. So if you guys want certain sessions to be live streamed to your channels, you need to configure our platform so that it connects to those. Then you're gonna have to trust us that we're not gonna be posting shit on your channels. Basically, that's gonna be the gentleman's agreement type of situation. But it's extremely simple. So once you connect, you just select which sessions do you want to stream on which channels, and you can add as many YouTube channels as you want, as many Facebook. They also accept anything that goes with RTM, so you can do LinkedIn, Twitter, and a few things more. And another cool thing is you can stream in. So if there's, for instance, someone, let's say that you're going to be participating into an event and you're going to be in one of the sessions, and you can get the RTM key, I think it is. you can create a session here for people to come to the platform and watch the stream in of that. Which also consolidates your audience to stay in the same place. If after that session something needs to happen, they're already in the place where that's going to happen.
So if, like, say if Willie was doing a talk at ETH Denver, we could stream it into the stage here, and then people could be interacting as well on TechUp. Okay.
Correct. If for as long as that stream comes with an RTM key.
Okay.
Super cool.
Been thinking about doing things such as video projections, movie projections, or documentaries, and so forth. But still exploring how this is going to be playing out and what will be the logistics involved. But those things are possible.
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited. It seems like it has a lot of potential. But we're 4 minutes past the hour, so I'll give people time back and let Gene get on with his day. And yeah, but thank you guys for joining the call, and maybe we'll get some feedback on the new flow and the slides and everything. But it seemed like it worked pretty good this week.
And thanks, John, for the presentation. This was super great.
Yeah, keep safe.
Yeah. Have a great Sunday.